Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
New at 5, trying to ease pain at the pump. President Biden wants to save you 18 cents a gallon on gas, but doesn't want to stop there. She was shot to death after knocking on a front door in the middle of the night.
A judge forced to reopen the murder case of Renisha McBride.
Now her killer is getting a new sentence. A historic downtown in ruin. Now the owners of the Holly Hotel are opening up about their devastating loss.
And take a look at live pictures from Drone 4 over downtown Holly right now. Part of the town is without power in this searing heat as they worried about down power lines and the chance of a building collapse. Inspections need to happen before the power can be restored to the area surrounding where that fire happened.
Let's take you through the very latest here. The buildings that burn need to be inspected now because they may be unstable. That means the streets around them are going to have to be shut down until further notice. That fire destroyed or damaged 4 buildings, including the historic Holly Hotel. We were watching it happen live if you were with us at this time yesterday. Megan Woods live in Holly, where city officials gave us an update this afternoon. And the owners of that hotel are talking about it for the first time now, Megan.
That's right. This fire has had a ripple effect on this community. You can see behind me bricks of the building. You can also see that there are charred buildings here. But when you take a look from Drone 4, that's when you see the damage goes beyond Battle Alley, as many of these businesses out here are closed today.
It's scary that a part of our home's gone in a day.
People from all over Holly and nearby communities came out to see the damage and say it's devastating to see their historic downtown in pieces.
It's depressing to see it go because this is what calls all the people in.
Me and my family had always gone there. We had always come to this little arcade. It was one of the only good times that I had in my family.
George and Chrissy Cutlinias have owned Holly Hotel for more than 40 years and say this is the third fire, one in 1913, another in 1978, and now this.
When I walked in today, the smell of the charred wood was the same smell I had in 78 when I walked into it before we owned it, when it had burned. And it just brought back just a lot of memories.
The hotel is still standing, but inside is heavily damaged.
I feel bad mostly for the town, and we were like the bulwark of the downtown, the historic district, and the hotel's been here since 1891. And it's always been like the cornerstone of what happens down here.
There were live wires, so the power was shut off in the area. 1 million gallons of water was dumped in just hours to put out the massive fire. The smoke and water damage has majority of the businesses downtown closed for the day.
You lost your dreams, your visions, your livelihood, but thank God no one lost their life.
The Holly Hotel says they will rebuild, but of course, for people who have events this weekend, that could be a challenge. We tell you more about that and talk to the people impacted tonight at 6. And several of these businesses say they can't even get inside because of the damage to see and assess the damage. But that's what they were talking about during that meeting. Again, live here in Holly, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
In fact, Megan, that inability to get inside may affect the answer to my next question. Have they been able to figure out yet where the fire started, what caused it?
Well, investigators have been out here all day. We've seen them taking pictures, going in and out of buildings, and they haven't figured out that cause yet. But they say it started in the back of that arcade antique shop.
Yeah. All right, we will stay on that investigation as it proceeds. All right, Megan.
We had those near record-breaking temperatures yesterday, which gave firefighters a challenge fighting that fire in Holly. Now from Holly, let's turn to live pictures to Mount Clemens, where it's now 89 degrees. The heat definitely sticking around. It's just a little bit cooler than yesterday, but not making too much of a difference.
When 89 is cooler than where we were, right, Brett?
Just a teeny bit, but we'll take it. And more of it in the coming days. The trade-off, though, a little bit of rain on tap for parts of the weekend. In the meantime, we've got just a couple of clouds out there. Most of the action staying 2 hours south and east at the moment. It will stay that way the next couple of days. A couple of spots did touch 90 today. City Airport still at 92. But notice the cooler air as there's a bit of a what we call a lake breeze coming off Lake Huron, cooling it down there in Port Huron. What we're all noticing, though, even though it's still kind of hot, Dew points are way down, so the humidity is down. Dew points have dropped 5 to 15 degrees in the last 24 hours, so it feels a lot nicer. It's going to stay that way the next couple of days as temps fall into the 70s this evening. More on when that rain gets here coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brett, if you're looking to fill up your tank, you will still be paying more than $5 a gallon generally. AAA reporting the average price for a gallon of gas in Michigan is now $5.13 a gallon. Here in Metro Detroit, $5.24 is the average. Good news is it's 7 cents less than this time last week.
And today, President Biden called on Congress to pause the federal gas tax for 3 months. It's a move that would immediately make a gallon of fuel 18 cents cheaper than what we're seeing now from these live pictures in Southfield. And he's also calling on oil companies and states to take action and help families struggling to make ends meet. Bree Jackson has that part of the story for us from Washington.
President Biden is pushing for a gas tax holiday until the end of September, but in order for that to happen, he needs congressional approval. But even some Democrats have criticized the idea. Drivers are keeping a close eye on prices at the pump after seeing record highs drop slightly.
It's still much higher than it has been for the past few years.
It cost me like $150 to fill this thing up.
President Biden is calling on Congress to suspend the federal gas tax for 3 months. The move would save drivers just over 18 cents per gallon on gasoline and 24 cents per gallon on diesel.
But it will provide families some immediate relief, just a little bit of breathing room as we continue working to bring down prices for the long haul.
The president is also encouraging states to take similar action to combat what he calls Putin's price hike.
Since the start of the war in Ukraine this year, gas prices have risen by almost $2 a gallon in the United States.
Republicans say it's an ineffective political stunt.
A silly proposal that senior members of their own party have already shot down well in advance.
Back in April, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi called such a move good PR, but no guarantee on relief for Americans. Opponents also argue a gas tax holiday won't tame the impact of inflation. The Fed chair promising more rate hikes are on the way.
We are highly attentive to inflation risks and determined to take the measures necessary to restore price stability.
As the busy July 4th weekend approaches,
anything we can save, yes. I'm in, just do it. Do it fast, do it now.
And with midterms coming up, the administration is trying to put the brakes on higher costs. The Biden administration is also pressuring oil companies to reduce fuel prices and produce more. The Secretary of Energy will meet with oil executives on Thursday. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson for Local 4.
Thanks, Bree. And while President Biden is calling on states to repeal gas taxes, it's important to note Governor Whitmer vetoed a bill earlier this year that would have done just that. She did, however, suspend the state sales tax on it. Ahead on Local 4 News at 6, Help Me Hank is taking a look at how federal gas tax holiday would directly impact Michigan drivers and how much savings we could really see. A family working to heal for close to a decade is forced to once again come face to face with a man who killed their loved one.
Today, a judge resentenced Theodore Wafer in the 2013 murder of Renisha McBride. And Wafer and McBride's mother spoke in court. Let's get to Grant Herms following this story. Again, this was a court-ordered resentencing, Grant.
Yeah, Devin, Kimberly, it was a rare case of this resentencing, which does happen, but it was because the state Supreme Court called this double jeopardy. So back in 2014, Wafer was sentenced to up to more than 40 years in prison for both second-degree murder, manslaughter, and a felony firearm charge. But when he appealed to the state Supreme Court, they said you couldn't get convicted for both second-degree manslaughter second-degree murder and manslaughter, and tossed out that manslaughter charge, putting him back in front of the judge for that resentencing today.
Facing his fate again, Ted Wafer, convicted of shooting and killing 19-year-old Renisha McBride in 2013. McBride, who had been drinking, knocked on his door around 4 in the morning looking for help. Wafer opening the door just wide enough to fit a shotgun, shooting and killing McBride on his front steps.
I want you to know that I remain terribly sorry. Pain that caused you the loss of your life. Again, I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
But Renisha McBride's mother, Monica, audibly emotional, telling the court the heartbreak of losing a daughter is just as painful today as it was almost a decade ago.
You want lesser time, we want our daughter back. You don't deserve happiness and joy in your life while we are living a horrible nightmare.
Judge Dana Hathaway summing up the case before resentencing Wafer, sending him back to prison.
You cannot murder someone for simply knocking on your door in the middle of the night. You had choices, and you made the most terrible choice.
And Judge Hathaway sentenced Wafer to 15 to 30 years behind bars, his exact same sentence minus the manslaughter conviction from his previous sentencing. He's already served more than half of that, serving 8 years in prison already. He will be getting credit for time served. Devin?
Yeah, all right, Grant.
An investigation underway after a fire on Detroit's west side. Sky 4 over the scene on West McNichols between Livernois and Woodward. You can see lots of smoke coming from the Lighthouse Community Center there. No word yet on what started that fire.
Weekly coronavirus numbers, and we are only getting a 6-day total today. The state is reporting 10,681 cases over 6 days, so the average 1,700 cases a day, and that is down significantly from last week's average. Also, though, the state says it will now be releasing numbers on Tuesdays due to a change with the CDC.